Welcome back to this NewsMakers Extra. We are with the University of Canterbury Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Rod Carr. There was a letter to the press recently imploring the City Council and the University to consider establishing a School of Architecture. I know that Mayor Parker finds this idea quite a sexy one. Is it a goer?
Well, we've decided to put any conversational decision about a School of Architecture on hold for at least 2 years. And there are a couple of reasons for that. One is that with the cap on funding and number of students, if we were to open a new school and allocate funding to that school, we would actually have to close earlier entry to other courses and programs we already offer.
Sure, okay. Beyond the conservatorium and a possible School of Architecture, do you think it is likely that over the next 5 to 10 years there will be greater physical engagement in the central city from the university?
Well, let's first talk about engagement with the city. It is clear that one of the things a university must do is be relevant to its local community and its context. So who are our local stakeholders, as it were? It is our students and prospective students and the parents of those students, and it is our business community who are our employers for a large proportion of our graduates, and it is the wider community as well. So those all have legitimate interests in what we do and how we do it. And so from the vision that we have for a university, it is actually to have a vision for people who are prepared to make a difference, prepared both in the sense that they've got the skills and the motivation to make a difference. And to do that, we need to create a world-class learning environment. Part of that is about being relevant and connected to the city. So NZI3 is an example of a bridge where we're endeavouring, early days, to build a bridge from the university into the business community for innovation and technologies. A National Conservatorium of Music would be a bridge into the Arts Centre and the culture of the city life. Yeah. There are other initiatives that we might have in how we think about our alumni, many of whom who continue to live in the city, and how we might connect them back to an ILM campus. And then, of course, there's just the whole part that we need to connect to the greater world, that this university needs to create graduates who are fit for purpose in the 21st century, and that's fit for purpose in a New Zealand which is an internationally connected but locally relevant graduate. At
the moment, Canterbury University compared to its peers around the country, are we underperforming?
I think we can perform better. The University of Canterbury ranked 3rd for research after Auckland and Otago in the last round of performance-based research funding. In a recent survey of Australasian universities, we ranked 12th out of 20 Australasian universities. And in the Times Higher Education Supplement, we ranked 186th in the world. So we are a good university. But we need to be a better university.
Sure, yeah. What about the rights of admission to university? I would imagine this is an area that you would like to see reviewed.
Well, at the moment, if you get certain scores in NCEA, you can enrol in university, and once you turn 20, whatever, you can enrol in university. We've seen an increase in our first year enrolments up about 6.5% in sciences and engineering and teaching, and a little less than that in some of the other colleges. The question always is, if you've got a scarce number of places and you have to allocate them, how and when do you allocate them? Everybody will agree they should be allocated on merit, and particularly on the basis of those not only who have had a good start, but those with the potential to make a difference. We choose to keep entry open for as many as possible, for as long as possible, but the consequence of that is we're going to have to be firmer a little earlier about which students can stay.
At the moment you have an attrition rate for first year students of what, about 20%?
It's actually a little higher than that. When we decompose it, students who come in as mature students, so that's over the age of 20, have twice the attrition rate, that's the rate of leaving through bailing or failing, than those 18-year-olds who come in. So, you know, the cohorts are quite different in terms of their likelihood of progressing. But equally, it still says if you're a mature student that 2/3 are going to progress very satisfactorily.
Yeah. I've only got 60 seconds left. I know we could have you for hours, but over the next 5 years, and maybe you want 2 terms, 10 years, what are the key priorities for you? What do you want to achieve?
We want to be renowned for the knowledge we create, the knowledge we disseminate, and our role in protecting knowledge. And by protecting it, it's not just locking it in a cupboard, it's protection through use as well as protection through preservation. If we're renowned for our research, if we're renowned for our teaching, and people beat a path to our door, then we'll know we're world class.
Does working in that student life environment keep a Vice-Chancellor young?
The forever young effect is very real. It's an exciting place to be.
You're feeling younger than you were 6 months ago?
Well, 6 months ago I was running a marathon in Antarctica.
Now, I know you do long distance running as well. Fina, should they be bringing back the Speedos?
Oh, the long distance swimming.
Oh, the swimming, yes.
Yes, no, well, Mike, that's interesting. I think anything that would keep you warm in the water if you're swimming 6 kilometres would be a jolly good idea.
Very good. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'd be keen to have you back at some stage.
Thanks, mate.
Excellent. Dr. Rod Carr. By the way, next week, the Energy Minister, Terry Brownlee, is with us to defend the government's emissions targets policy. This is the 15% cut by 2020. Is it too lame or a victory for common sense? Terry Brownlee will be with us next Tuesday. Thanks for joining us. Thank you to Dr. Carr. We'll see you soon. Good night.